word. Our next word is trouble. Trouble. And for this one, we're going to start with you, Dennis, Captain Susie. Susie, please explain to me, what is trouble?
Okay, nice and easy. Trouble. Back in the day, we used to use horse and carts to get around the streets.
Back in the day, when did you used to use horse and carts? When I was a kid.
They still do in Perth, I think.
So I didn't personally, but they, as far as I'm aware, they used to use horse and carts to get around. And,
Is he yours? Are you just stealing it? You're not being very discreet about it.
And before we had
like it.
before we had rubber tyres, horse and carts were made out of wood, correct?
The horse was made out of wood?
The car.
The cart.
Oh.
The carts were made out of wood. So, there's nothing worse than blowing up a burst tyre, a whole... How's that you throwing me? A burst tyre at the side of the road. But, you know, carving a new wheel at the side of the road, pretty impossible too. So they put a metal rim around the wooden wheel, and that metal rim is known as a trouble. So the metal rim around the wooden wheel of an old cart back in the day.
Thank you so much, Susie. Susie, it's a metal rim around the wooden wheel. No idea. Alright, Rob, what's this word? Trouble. What is trouble?
A trouble is actually it's a candy bar. It's it's made in America. It's actually what we used to call in Australia the aero bars. It's just a chocolate bar full of bubbles. A trouble. That's what it's called. Serious.
It's a chocolate bar.
Like an aero bar. It's called a trouble.
Thank you so much for saying it's a chocolate bar similar to an aero bar. And Willie Lee, what is trouble, please?
It's an acronym.
Oh,
No, a trouble, right? All the fellas, you hopefully will never ever know this. Ladies, all the ladies, give me a cheer. It's the dance, it's the movement of when you put your tights on. So, honest, believe me, right? So, you sit down for your first leg, and then you do. Whoa. Maybe not. Alan.
That'd be safe.
It's the whole movement that you do when you're putting your tights on. So it's that you.
Willie, I think it's just easier. So you don't mind, Susie, I took this from your floor.
It's the movement.
Trousers off as well, Billy.
Yeah.
Might get them on otherwise.
Music.
Well, it's the movement you do when you put your tights on.
Take your trousers off, Willie. It won't work otherwise. Yeah, let me help you, Willie.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, you wouldn't see this in your P&O Cruise brochure.
I feel like I've just fallen into a fruit basket.
Careful, Alan, that's just his microphone.
You're a pirate.
That's not a cop.
What are you up to?
Are you wearing underwear today? Can we just check? Oh, look at the socks!
Wow. Do they make them for men?
Come on, Willie.
Stop bending over in front of Alan. And if you put a hole in those tights, you are buying Susie another pair on expenses.
You're not.
I can't remember it.
Willie, air pockets.
Did anyone see a steam big sim there? Because that's what it was if you did.
I can put on a pair of tights in about 10 seconds. What's taking you so long? You've never put on tights before?
You're in entertainment and you've never put on tights. You've never done a panto.
I wear them once a cruise. Sometimes twice. They're a little bit frisky.
Anyway, it's the dancing movement of when you put your tights on.
To release it. That's undersized. Jesus.
Susie, I hope you didn't have to wear those in tonight's show, did you?
So, yeah, a chuffle is the rhythmic is the movement when you ladies put the tights on. If I don't win this, I'm not happy.
Thank you, Willie. So you're saying it's the movement of putting on ladies' tights. Let's have a round of applause for the cruise director, Willie. And Chris, explain to me, please, what is trouble?
Trouble. Now, does anyone know the actress Gwyneth Paltrow? Yeah, good. Not personally, no. She's a lovely girl.
She is.
We'll have a coffee
know her
the other
very
week.
well.
But no, there was a picture of her in the paper when she split up with her partner and got her new boyfriend. And as she stepped out of the limousine, she had this bright red rash on her face. Does anyone remember that picture? No, a couple of people might. Basically, trouble is the stubble rash on a woman from deeply pashing. Now girls, you know what I'm talking about, right? When your bloke hasn't had a shave in a while and you get pash rash, that's it. But the official word is trouble. Now, I'm going to give you a demonstration, but I'm going to need a volunteer.
You okay there, darling?
I need a cigarette.
I think Susie's been violated.
Well, Susie now has trouble. In this area here.
So what is it? It's like a rash It's a rash you get from kissing somebody with like a beard.
Yes. It's a female version of stubble rash.
Right. I had an ex-girlfriend before that had a beard.
She was the beard.
Yeah, she had a beard and a penis. She was really weird.
Can I just say, Alan? These tights are actually quite comfortable.
Yes, go on, Willie, what are you going to say?
These tights are comfortable.
Oh, right.
I can see why you like it.
Yeah. Alright, so let's run through each and every single definition from our panelists. Susie is saying it's the metal rim around the wooden wheel of a cart. Rob is saying it's a chocolate bar similar to an aero bar. Willie is saying it's the movement of putting on ladies' tights. And Chris is saying it's a stubble rash from kissing somebody with a beard. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, let's run through each and every single one of the answers. If you believe that Susie is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. Not too bad there, Susie. If you believe Rob is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. If you believe Willie Lee is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. And if you believe Christopher Sullivan is telling the truth, round of applause now. Ooh. I'm on the fence with this one. So,
That's a first.
Or at least one of the posts.
He's often thrown from pillar to post, this one.
He's got to pull himself together and not
oh,
anyway.
stop it. If you believe Willie Lee is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. And if you believe Christopher Sullivan is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. Chris, you won that round. They believe that you are telling the truth. Let's see, is Chris telling the truth? Whoever is telling the truth, please stand up now.
It's me, but I don't want to stand up.
Is it really you? It is you!
Is it full movement tonight?
My granddad's impersonation of Coke.
It is the rhythmic motion of patting on ladies' tights. Well done, Willie.
Can I have my trousers back now, please?
They're gone. No, they're not there!
They're yours! They're yours! Well done!
Can you do me a favour? Can you just, it is lost property now, we don't know whose they are, so just hand them into reception on deck 5, please. And I really
This is one of them photographs that, no, like you people who go on Facebook and blog about like the weather and things like that, about your P&O cruise and that. The cruise director, it was his first week and he was stood on stage nearly naked with female tights on. How do I explain that to my mother now if she reads that?
Sounds like an average Friday night for you, anyway.
Give me your address, I'll send it to
This is
her.
getting video.
Alright, we only have 2 words left, let's check the screen. The next word. Calapagian? Calapagian. Rob, explain to me please what is Calapagian.
Okay, this one I know. This one I know. You can go with Calapagian. It's actually a medical instrument used for the operation of eyes. Does anyone know Fred Hollows? Right, what did Fred Hollows do? Mrs. Hollows, well done. He invented these calipers for actually holding back the iris of the eye so that he could actually do operations. And that device is called a Calapagian. It's a small caliper for the eye.
Thank you so much, Roxy. You said it's a small caliper for the eye. And Willie Lee, what is Calapagian? That is better. That is more appropriate. It's less offensive on the eyes.
Am I teasing you?
You're making me regret that I already ate lunch. So I'm going to chuck it up any second.
I'm chewing cotton.
Willie Lee.
I'm chewing cotton. You got a perfect angle there, haven't you? Right. Shields, I want the trousers back.
Sit down.
Right. Calapagian, it's a type of writing. It sort of...
legs.
It's sort of...
Posture as well, Willie. That's better. If you're going to be a lady, act like a lady. That's what my mum used to say to me as a child. Alright, go ahead, Willie.
Anyway, it predates, or it dates from between Egyptian hieroglyphics and the first type of Greek writing, which is what most of European writing and language is based on. And it's the type of writing that they did. So if ever you see any Greek writing, it's all triangles and squares and circles. It's the Calapagian is the type of writing that is between hieroglyphics with the Egyptians and Greek writing, and it was first found on the Rosetta Stone that was found in Egypt in the 1800s by Napoleon, then stolen by the British, and we get all the glory. So that's what Calapagian is. It's the writing between Egyptian hieroglyphics and Greek writing. The end.
So basically it's a writing in between Egyptian and Greek.
Yes.
Lovely. Chris, what is Calapagian, please?
Calapagian. It is a Greek word. You were right there, Willie. I'll give you that much. The rest of it is absolute tosh. Now, the Calapagian. Has anyone cruised in the Mediterranean?
What's scroozed?
Cruise.
Oh, Chris said scroozed. He did, didn't he?
Yes, he did. That's when you sail on the cheek, is it? I'm Scrooging.
Scrooging. Well, you just hitch a ride and get around anywhere. But no, the cruising in the Mediterranean Sea. Has anyone been to the Med? Anyone been to the Greece? The Greece, yes, the Greek islands. I was going to continue with
The movie?
Well, the movie. Well, Greece is a country made up of one mainland piece and hundreds of tiny islands, and that's where the culture started from that continent. And basically, Calapagian is an island, a Greek island in the Aegean Sea.
Right.
Now, you know about all the Greek gods. There was Zeus and Hera, and then Zeus liked to pop down to Earth, have his wicked little way with a few mere mortals, and then 9 months later there's Hercules. But he liked to do this quite often, and there's a tale of many different demigods that he created, and Hera, his wife, didn't like this very much, and she found one of the nymphs that he used to have his jolly way with, called Calliope. And he didn't like, well, Hera didn't like her very much, so she turned her as a punishment to Zeus to stone. And that is the legend of the creation of the island. It's Calapagian, it's the Calliope Island in the Aegean Sea. It's Calapagian.
Thank you so much. So Chris is saying it's the Calliope Island in the Aegean Sea. Willie, stop it. Susie, what is Calapagian, please? Oh, she's looking very serious.
Has anyone cruised the Panama Canal? No? Yeah? No? Okay, a few of you. Alright, so I was on a ship, P&O UK ship, and we cruised the Panama Canal. We did quite a few times. And I lived next door to the medical centre. And on this cruise, I would hear this phrase quite often actually. It's a medical condition, and the crew are subject to it a bit more than passengers, just to, you know, the amount that they're going in and out of the canal. And I would often hear the doctor just, oh, he's got the clap again. And it's a medical condition. And yeah, the seamen obviously get it more than anyone else, and it's due to the hard water.
What sort of seamen?
Naval.
Have you ever got the clap again?
No, I've never had this. Anyway, I'm completely lying. The clap again. Willie, I need you to help me demonstrate. Come on down, my friend. Oh no, I need you to show. Turn around. Not to me, to them. Come on. The clap again is one pair of fine, sexy buttocks.
You could have told me I was doing that, I would have clenched them at least.
Alright, I think it makes a difference, do you? Oh, there you go. Beautiful, cameras at the ready. So the clap again officially is one sexy pair of buttocks.
So, shapely buttocks.
Shapely buttocks.
Lovely. So Susie is saying shapely buttocks. You went all around the houses for that one, Suzette. Alright. So, Suzette. Change your name whenever I want. Alright, so let's run through. So Rob is saying it's a small caliper for the eye. Willie is saying it's the writing between the Egyptian and the Greek. Chris is saying it's Calliope Island in the Aegean Sea. And Susie is saying it's having shapely buttocks. So if you believe by round of applause, if you believe Rob is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. If you believe Willie is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. If you believe Chris is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. And if you believe Susie is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. Oh, I think it's just those ladies because they like the view of Willie. Alright, here we go. So, Chris, they believe you're telling the truth. Once again, they have a lot of faith in you. Is Chris telling the truth? Would the person telling the truth please stand up? Who is it? Oh, it is! It's Susie! Having shapely buttocks. Well done, Susie.
Thank you, I like that one.
Alright, well then, so the panel have got 3 points altogether.
Alan,
let's have a guess.
Make sure you got some sanitary gel.
Should I shave my legs? Because they look so unsightly.
I wouldn't shave them, I'd wax them, and I can wax them for you. Just pop over to my cabin later.
Not because my hairs are poking out through the holes.
Alright, we have one final one. Let's see what this word is on the screens.
Where's the G?
It's underneath my tights.
The word is bi-penis. Bi-penis. Alright, we're going to start with Willie on this one. Willie, what is bi-penis, please?
It's not one of those.
Right, it's not actually bi-penis, it's bipenis. It's bipenis. Now, if you are a similar age to me, 24, now, if you're in your late 30s or early 40s, you would have grown up in the late 70s when computer games first came out. Yeah, did anybody ever did anybody ever have like a computer game when you were young? Like Pac-Man or Pong? Remember Pong? Yeah, the Pong game with the 2 panels either side? Well, Pong is the name that we all know it as now. However, when it first came out, it was first known as bipenis. So it's a cross between tennis and the noise that the paddles make when you hit the ball. So it goes bip, 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 that was a long game. 1-0. So that's what it was first called. But obviously, bipenis, it has certain different connotations. You can reread, you can understand it differently, you can read it, and you can put it in different ways. So they changed the word to pong, and then they changed the noise that it made to pong, 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 pong.
Did you have quite a lonely childhood, Willie?
No. Pong. Pong.
He still does.
So anyway, that is what bipenis is. The first, it was the first name that they had for the first game of Pong. There you go. The answer, correct.
Thank you so much, Willie. So say it's the first name they had for the first game of Pong.
Were you checking me out when I was stood up there?
Yeah.
Alright.
Alright, Christopher Sullivan, what is bipenis, please?
It's bipenis, Alan. And
Bipenis.
Yeah, bipenis. And I think you know the thing, because you actually introduced me to the bipenis. Alan is actually the founder member of the Bipenis Appreciation Society in Wales. Basically what happened is, Alan and myself had had one too many cheeky shandies, and he said, come back to mine. So I was like, alright. And then he said, do you want to watch a film? And I was like, nah, I don't really fancy a film. So he got his laptop open and started showing me these pictures of his bipenis. And it was like, I was astounded. I was flabbergasted. I've never seen one before. Genuinely, like it was amazing. It was massive, and it glistened ever so slightly as well. But basically, yeah. And back in Wales, just outside Cardiff, there's a lot of forests, and they use the bipenis. They just whack them against the trees there. I don't know if it's some sort of sport or whether it's just an activity, but it's actually a double-sided axe, and so they whack them against the trees, flip it over, do it again the other way, and yeah, I'm now part of the Bipenis Appreciation Society, thanks to Alan. Cheers, Alan.
Have you got a big axe?
I've got a massive tomahawk.
I've got a little dagger.
Yeah. How's your miniature penknife down there?
Alright, Christopher saying it's a double-sided axe. Suzetta, what is bipenis, please?
Bipenny is how it was pronounced back in the day.
Bipenny.
Bipenny. the old monetary system in the UK, we used to have shillings, farthings, and pennies. And back in the day, you used to have, you know, that spend a penny. Everyone heard of that phrase? Yeah. To spend a penny, you used to have to pay the lavatory assistant to use the urinals. So you'd pay a penny for the men.
Do the women use the urinals as well?
You never know. Alan's women do. For the gentlemen to use a stool, they would have to pay by penny, and it was 2 pennies to use the stool.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Stool can mean 2 different things.
Cubicle.
What do you do in a stool?
Oh, stall.
Stall.
I think you said stool.
Cubicle.
Oh.
So it's basically the 2 pennies that were used to
use a cubicle.
use the cubicle. Alright, last but not least, Rob.
Okay, bipeds. I'd never heard this phrase until I came on the boat. I was upstairs in the
Ship.
Whatever. And Alan, that's what he goes. I'm on eBay. I'm trying to buy a hat. He said, I'm trying to buy a penis. So I went, well, I don't like your chances. I don't like your chances. Not on eBay. But what it is, it's actually there was a penny farthing, which was the first bike, large wheel, small wheel. Then there was a bike in between, and there was a bicycle, both wheels the same size. The one in the middle, before the bicycle and after the penny farthing, was called the bipinus. There you go. That's what it is. 2 wheels, almost the same size. Bike.
You lost me on that one. It's a bike.
Bike.
It's a bike.
It's a bike. It's a bike. Alright, so let's run through it. Bipinus. Willie is saying it's the first name for the first game of Pong. Chris is saying it's a double-sided axe. Susie is saying it's the 2 pennies used to use a cubicle. And Rob is saying it's a bike. So by round of applause, if you believe Willie Lee is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. If you believe Christopher Sullivan is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. If you believe Susie is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. Aww. And if you believe Rob is telling the truth, round of applause now, please. Alright, Rob, they believe you are telling the truth. Is Rob telling the truth? Let's find out. We don't know yet.
Sit. Oh, do us all a favour.
Is it Chris telling the truth? It is Chris, it's a double-sided axe. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for coming to Lion Club. I'm glad you guys...
Can I have my trousers back?
We don't know where they are. Alright, I'm glad you guys have enjoyed the show. Please put your hands together one more time for a panel. We have Christopher Sullivan, Susanna Porter, Rob Brown, and your cruise director, Willie Lee. My name is Alan, I'm your deputy cruise director. Stick around, and I'll be back in just a few minutes' time for bingo.
Please can I have my trousers back?
George has got them. George has got them.
Which one? I know Donald wears your trousers.
Yes.